Stamp Lloyd.
You guys barely know what you're doing. I can do what I want. What are you gonna do? Sue me?
Maybe.
Oh my God! If there would be any other way to start this show, what up, y'all? Welcome back to Pics, It Didn't Happen. I am Fats King. I am joined, as always, by my brother, the Yeti, and we have a special guest. This guy, we go way fucking back with, and if you don't know him, you're fucking up pretty hard. I would like to introduce my Canadian frostbacked ass brother, Noize 13. I almost broke kayfabe.
I don't even know if you can say that, but
What up, Fats? How's it going? Yeti, how you guys doing? How's your guys' night going?
It's not even night yet. Like, and I just woke up like an hour ago. So
he's in fucking bizarro world. Let him be. Before we actually start talking about this interview, I want to say thanks to everybody who said any kind words or said they were waiting for us to come back. There were a few of you. I appreciate that. It's been a long hiatus, but we took some time, wanted to tighten some things up. I think we did. But before we get into the actual interview and actually talking to a personal good friend of ours, I want to shout out my brother Yeti over here. The pictures you've been dropping recently and I've been sharing around are some of your best fucking work ever. I just want to give you props on that. When I said Picture, It Didn't Happen, that was the one I was talking about. He was the Pics part.
Yeah, and I don't like, it was weird because it's been like 4 years or something that I've been doing this, and I was just scrolling through YouTube and it was just a random video popped up about like how to master dodging and burning, and I was like, well, I know about dodge and burning, I've used it some, but I decided to watch it and it changed everything. So if you're looking to improve your photography, practice with dodge and burn. I guess that's your tip.
So much like everything in any industry, when in doubt, steal.
Yeah. I mean, basically, they put it on the internet for free. So if they're going to continuously give us those tips, I'm going to just keep taking them. And I recommend you do the same because, the trail's been laid. You might as well just learn from it.
Like I was saying, though, I just wanted to give you personal props on that, bro. Some of the pictures you've taken and some of the ones I've been able to share around, you're only getting fucking better. And when the people who were better than you, so you think, are telling me you're only getting better, that's a big compliment. And I love when people speak highly of you at events. We miss you at events. I want you to know that as well.
Well, I appreciate it, and hopefully there's a comeback in the works. Some things with my day job are hopefully getting a little bit better with their alignment, and we do have for sure Astros coming up. We're going to be up there, and got
that super show right fucking after. It's a big March.
Yeah, and hopefully, fingers crossed, my new work schedule is going to allow me to actually hit that super show. So fingers crossed.
You better fucking be there. I'll kidnap you on site. Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, he's just got so much money. He likes to give it to me from a paycheck.
Before we go any further into this, and I start bitching and moaning about real stuff, I just wanted to say, dude, you had such a big 2002. Like you fucking made leaps and bounds and strides as an artist, and I want to talk about that. We're kind of calling this episode "Mr. Noize Comes to America." So. How did we get to your trip down here when you were here for most of October, November, and parts of December?
Yeah, well, this year was kind of fucking crazy for me. Started off with going down and doing the showdown in Toronto there, and then flying off from Toronto to to Florida directly, and having Dean pick me up at the airport.
Our favorite pig god. We love Dean. Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Toronto show, but I'm still on some fuck Toronto shit, yo. Fuck Drake.
So, can you tell us what happened that inspired these feelings of you hating T-City so much?
Just Drake's a bitch, that's all. Drake's
Wait, so does Drake actually represent all of Toronto? Toronto, are you standing for this? Is Drake your guy?
They do. Fuck Toronto, man. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so I did the show in Toronto, and then fucking immediately went down to fucking see Dean. Dean picked me up, and I spent like fucking 2 weeks in fucking Florida, which was fucking nuts. Was it 2 weeks?
And you've been to Florida. You've been to Florida before, but it is its own kind of fucking separate country onto us. Same like Texas.
Fucking Florida was fucking nuts. I showed up at Dean's place. First of all, I got in at night after like flying for fucking ever, right? And pretty much Dean picked me up. He had a fucking bag ready to go. Twisted up like 3 or 4 blunts at his buddy Mark's place, who was kind enough to fucking host me for a couple nights. But we smoked like a few blunts. Not Dean, because Dean goes fucking nuts when he smokes weed. I don't know.
Yeah, we can't let the pig have weed. We've figured this out.
No, but me and Mark smoked fucking mad weed, and I didn't even really see anything because it was like dark out at night and shit when we landed and stuff like that. And I was so tired, and we just flied right to the house. And it was like whatever time, I don't know, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, third time. But also I'm jet lagged as all fuck. So I fucking pass out, right? And I wake up, and we go outside the house in the morning, and there's a palm tree in the middle of Mark's fucking front lawn, and I looked at it like a fucking idiot, and I was like, is that a fucking palm tree? And Dean just looked at me confused, and he was like, did you not see any of the palm trees on the way in last night? And I'm like, no, dude, like, fucking just wake up and there's a palm tree there. Then I look across the fucking yard, and there's like a gator pond with a sign on it that says, don't feed or molest the alligators. And I was like, what the fuck is that about, Dean?
Wait, yeah, hold on. The last part of that, why is that necessary? Florida, come on.
Because it's Florida. That's why it's necessary, because it's Florida.
I thought it was a one-off sign too, but these signs are in multiple fucking places around multiple lakes. So I don't know if there's just a guy going around molesting gators or what, but
no.
It only takes one, and then you have to put it everywhere.
Right. But I don't want to get too far ahead. But we went out to a fucking gator farm too. Dean brought me to a Cajun fucking authentic Cajun food restaurant. We went and had fucking gator tail and crawfish and
what is your opinion? What is your consensus on gator tail?
It was delicious, man. It was really fucking like not like better than chicken almost. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't chewy or anything like that. Super delicious. Whatever Cajun spices they put into it. It was like some of the best food I had while I was down there for sure. Shout out to Dean for bringing me to that shit. But then right before that, we had watched a gator fucking get fed at a gator farm. A fucking crocodile get fed, and a snapping turtle. So we watched the thing get fed, and then we fed on the thing.
that is the food chain. That is the circle of life right there in front of you.
Right. And then, go ahead, man.
I remember when I was a kid, we went and visited my sister. She lived in Florida, and they informed us that if you're getting chased by a gator, you should run in a serpentine pattern because they can run 30 miles an hour, give or take, in a straight line. But if you start doing zigzags and shit, they got to turn their whole stupid body and they can't catch you.
Good to know. I'm going back to Florida, so that's good to know.
How is it I'm the only one in this entire thing that has never been to Florida? This is some bullshit. I'm gonna have
You've never been to fucking Florida?
No, but I've been to Qatar, so there's that.
Dude, come up.
He's like, I've never been to Florida, but I've been to the fucking Arabian desert. Can you top that?
Yeah, I saw camels.
But did you see a pig man perform in his boxer shorts on stage?
Yes. See, now that's the number one thing I really wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about what was the name of that concert you guys put on. I want to talk about that show because that was a big thing for you guys.
So it's Dean's fucking yearly Halloween event that he had, and they used to have it like annually, but they hadn't had it in a long time. And it's like Dean and all his people, D Murder, and like so it was like this huge fucking event that they used to have all the time. They invited the Canadian to come down, and so it was like this dope ass fucking like gathering of these people that were supporting the scene for years and years and years, and fucking there's actually going to be a project that I'm putting out that covers the whole thing, like my whole trip down there, all the behind the scene footage and shit like that.
No shit, you didn't tell me that. I didn't know that was something you've been planning.
Dude, we got so much shit in the works to talk about. Like, there's gonna be. I can't tell you guys what it's for, but I can tell you kind of what it is. We got a show coming out on a different fucking service than Undergroundaholics or Pics, or Didn't Happen or anything like that. And it's gonna be like an hour-long show that covers like pretty much my come up from like when I started going to Astro and shit like that. Then it's covering working with Fritz. It's also covering all the Florida behind the scenes shit, the Sam Hain ceremony behind the scenes shit, pretty much everything I do from now on. But anyways, that's getting off topic a bit.
We do that from time to time.
Yeah, but the Sam Hain ceremony was this like huge event, like stacked fucking lineup. Mummer was there, goddamn. D-Murder fucking murdered it. Dean announced that D-Murder signed to his fucking label now, and that they're putting out a joint album this year. Actually, that's one of the like multiple projects that Dean's got coming out. Dean's got like a billion fucking projects coming out. But
that is one prolific pig.
Dude, but the show, they had all these they had the smoke machines on the stage. They had like video getting in the background of like horror shit on the stage. They had a bunch of like horror decorations. It was dope as fuck. It was a packed ass fucking show. And every performer fucking killed it. It was just like one of those ones from start to finish. Like you know how like we have these standout shows in the scene, like fucking Camp Zool and Sam Hain ceremony for sure. Like these annual fucking things that seem to keep popping up. This is definitely one that should be on people's radars. This is a reason to go vacation to Florida, and they're doing it even bigger next year to the point where they're going to have it like a day long, like. You know when you used to have like those Halloween events where they were like in the middle of your little town and like you had bobbing for apples and all that shit and fucking face painting and all that shit? Next year, Dean wants to have all that shit, and then the show part of it's just going to be like, that's going to be our part where the adults go to and shit like that at the end of it. But he wants to basically have a family-friendly event for the whole thing next year too. Which he was explaining to people in his underwear.
That's what I was about to ask. How do we get to Dean in his fucking underwear?
That's the important part. We'll get the details later. I want to know how.
Yeah, you glossed over the biggest thing, which would be.
I'm trying to build up like what the night was and how it was and set this mood and the scenery. Okay.
Man, forget about that. Just tell the story about the time where Dean was in his boxers and he was telling the story. Tell the story, man.
The Pig Man came out, and he came out in pig god glory, like you know, like he was fucking rocking the mask, and he had the Hugh Hefner fucking coat on, right? And he's fucking, but I guess it started getting hot in there, right? So he did his pig god set, right? But then what it was Dean slowly turned into his whole old persona from when he was rocking those shows back in the day, which is Two-Face, right? And Dean's more party hardy, more, you know, this is like fucking like 20-year-old fucking Dean, you know what I'm saying? This is a rowdy fucking Dean, right? So as that happened, he slowly kind of like ripped off his fucking face, and first the fucking shirt came unbuttoned, you know, and he's starting to do the more like party hardy music. He's bringing all his homies on stage, and he just slowly started losing it more and more and more until finally he was just down to the boxer shorts, Shaggy 2 Dope, fucking Woodstock 99 style. But he's hitting every fucking word, and he's fucking giving like you'll be able to go back and watch the performance. You can catch it on one of his lives if you go scroll through his page. But we're going to have the actual performance back up on something soon here. But, like, it was fucking dope as fuck. And I was in the crowd, and I was just in awe. And I think everybody was. And I know some people were in the comments like, this crazy fucking pig. But, yeah, man, he's a fucking rock star. What do you expect?
See, I understand the need for a fat guy to diss fucking robe. I get it.
It
was hot in there. I'm a Canadian, and I when he was stripping down, I was like, motherfucker, I kind of want to do this too, but you know, he's up on stage and he's rocking his shit, and I'm just in the middle of the crowd. You know, I don't know if it goes over.
It might get a little uncomfortable if you start stripping in the middle.
How did your polar bear ass survive Florida?
Dude, okay, So like Fritz always makes that fucking joke that I bring the fucking snow with me. So it was so hot in fucking Florida that I couldn't bring the snow with me, but I brought a wonderful overcast for most of the time that I was there, to tell you the truth. And
that's actually, I've heard like their whole thing's the Sunshine State, but like if you look at their weather patterns, like now it rains like a lot. It's always, I guess it's kind of gray and crappy down there quite a bit. So.
There was some nice days, but there was, thank God, some fucking overcast some days. Because like,
did you go to the beach? Did you check out the beach at all?
I didn't really get to check out the beach too much, besides like driving by it, because we were fucking working when I was down there. We were fucking recording shit. We were doing flyering fucking places. Like we put in fucking mad work for that. We actually, me and Becca. She was Elvira at the event. She hosted the event, and she was dressed up like Elvira, but she was Elvira, you know, like the stoner version of it. Me and her were doing.
I'd like to see that.
It was dope. That's what. Go back, and that's what I'm saying. Creep Show, come on out for it next year. I know they're having it again. I'm going to be back supposedly, so that's dope.
I have to admit, there was a picture Dean sent from when he was down there, when he was taking pictures with models. And I told him when we seen him at Sam Hain's ceremony, I was like, I thought that was a fucking mannequin.
That was Becca, actually. That was Becca. The same.
Yeah. No, I felt like an idiot because I was like, yeah, that was a real person. I couldn't tell.
Me and her were out doing promo all the time. Like we went out with Dean and with D Murder as well and did promo. We hit up every weed shop. And why in America is every weed shop just called weed shop or weed store or marijuana?
It depends on where you're at. When you go a little further north, they start getting names like Jars, and shout out to Jars, and a few other things like that. Usually it's always built around weed, like that's the name.
But there's no, like, up here, like all sorts of different names. Like, my store was called Herbal Essential, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like fucking, it makes sense to me. But just the unoriginality, and it's every, 2 blocks. And then there's fucking signs for fucking dispensaries every fucking where, because these things are opening up everywhere.
And that you actually just answered the question. That's the problem. They're opening so fast, and all these people want to do is just get it open and get me my money. You don't really, it's not about, originality, creativity. It's just get this up because they're opening up and they put them on every corner.
It's like a kid in a candy shop. It's a new thing for people in our country. And unless you live in Colorado, California, and a few other places, it's a real new thing. And people are losing their ever loving fucking mind, which they should be. And I'm going to say this. I'd like to pull out my soapbox here for a second. I love the idea of you taxing my weed. I know that people are like, I don't want to pay high prices. Tax the fuck out of it, because I think it's funny knowing that I'm fixing the world in this country with my weed habit. It really makes me feel good. It makes me feel like a superhero without the cape.
Well, here's the thing though, right? So I just want to point out, there are some states, and a lot of them, when they first rolled out, there were issues and the taxes were crazy and prices were crazy high. And some states still are like that. I've heard, I guess out in Nevada, like Vegas, it's exorbitant, the prices they're charging out there. But I know Michigan is really the only one I can go by, but I know really even after you pay those taxes to fix the roads and the schools and all those things, it's still cheaper than going to Homeboy on the corner now.
And while we're on this subject, just for a second, and I don't want to be rude when I say this, but I'm gonna say this: dope men suck. They're unreliable. They're never there when you fucking need them. It's hard to get them to send a text back, and it's like, I just want to go to a store where somebody's happy behind the fucking counter. Because how can you be unhappy selling weed?
Right, and that's only not all those guys are bad, but I mean it's the overwhelming majority. And you're right, it's so much easier. Just I'm gonna go to the store and they're happy and they answer questions.
Every fucking time I've ever bought weed in a dispensary, it's been one of the most pleasant experiences of my life. They're so happy to tell me how potent the shit they're selling me is.
Weed is legal up here, so I hear your guys' woes and I remember them, but even with it being legal now, you don't gotta go meet a guy in a fucking weird parking lot and or go to somebody's house and be like, oh, just chill here for a fucking couple hours so that it's not heat bag, and you're just like, man, I just want to fucking go home and smoke this shit,
I got shit to do, bruh. I don't want to watch YouTube with you.
Yeah, and they just keep playing videos. They're like, "Oh, just check one more out."
I got to put the soapbox away. We'll keep going forever. So after your Florida trip, you came to what I like to refer to as the Midwest wasteland. This would be the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio shithole that myself and Yeti are from.
Yeah, man. Went down for the fucking Sam Hain ceremony, and that shit was so fucking off the hook, man.
Shout out to Legion.
Yeah. Shout out to fucking Son, because like just fucking inviting me to that shit. That shit was off the fucking hook from start to finish. Michigan Misfits and me were like the first ones to show up with Luke the Goon, which is fucking weird. Like we're not the responsible ones, so that was a fucking weird start. But I immediately started drinking, and
I gotta ask, because I know that this place sucks dick. I'm not gonna ask you what you thought of the scenery, because it's either corn or meth. What did you think of Carl's Tavern?
Oh, hell yeah, man. Well, first of all, fucking Luke the Goon. We're pulling up to Carl's Tavern, and there's like this street that has all these American fucking flags on it. And Luke the Goon just started singing the Stars Spangled Banner to me, and he's not doing it with a camera on or for anybody, but he's just making direct fucking eye contact with me, looking across from me and singing it to me as loud as he fucking
He's
can.
letting you know you're a foreigner. He's letting you know that you're not.
I'm just like, what the who are you doing this for? And we just pull up to Carl's Tavern, and that was like the introduction. Carl's was fucking sick, man. I really fucking enjoyed it, man. It was fucking, the food was fucking great. The wings were like, I was told they're legendary, and they are fucking legendary.
Best wings on the planet. Stand by it.
We went into the venue, and they had that bitch done up all in cobwebs and fucking looking all fucking extra fucking Legion the fuck out. It was just like, and then like, it was fucking packed from front to back. Michigan Misfits got on there, fucking schooled shit. I went up there and fucking schooled shit, and I'm sure we'll have some live footage of that taken and put up. I
was there and I was sober, so I remember it.
Yeah, dude, it was sick having you up front, man. I think you were like one of the fucking ringleaders, getting everybody doing like hand movements and shit and long, and I was just like, holy fuck, man, it's a good ass night. You can hear
that's what I do
from front to back all fucking night in the building, man. Holy shit, that mosh pit was off the fucking chain. So Dean goes up, he killed his set too. Everybody fucking killed their set. Everybody fucking murdered it that night. It was a fucking magical night. But Dean killed his set, and then after his set, Dean was in the fucking mosh pit. This huge fucking,
oh my god,
7 foot whatever the fuck tall fucking pig god.
He looked like an ogre, just running through, swinging his arms like this.
You weren't far off, motherfucker. So I don't know if you can even talk. Like you and him were just in there like, and all these small people are like, oh, get out of the way, the Giants are coming. Get out of the, you know what I mean? Like I full on saved a few.
I just want to.
That night, I'm just like, I do the double tap on you guys, and I don't know how you guys know that either. But if I do the double tap to you or Dean as you're coming back, you don't even gotta see my face, but somehow you know it's a friendly person, and you like go forward instead. So thank you for that.
I have to say, there was a performer's girlfriend who decided she wanted to jump into the mosh pit. I do not apologize for what happened. It was not just me, but everybody just converged on this small, like, I'm pretty sure someone got put on somebody's merch table with their merch still on the table. Oops.
Carl's Tavern.
Yeah.
Champagne ceremony. Make sure you motherfuckers come out.
It's an amazing place for shows, but there is you said a mosh pit, but it's kind of like a mosh puddle, because like there's no room. Like if somebody decides to mosh, the whole place is moshing because you have to.
There was for what the
get
crowd
in or
was
get
that
the
night,
fuck
though,
out of the way.
I think half the crowd was moshing though at one point during SON's fucking set there, and he had a sick fucking set. He was like ripping off Phil Brick's fucking like face and like feeding him.
Oh yeah, it was pretty cool the way they were torturing our favorite, one of our favorite mask makers,
throwing like blood down his throat and shit like this. SON
Well,
had like a ceremony outside.
It's really funny because like when we first talked to him and when he was talking about coming back, he said he intended to bring the theatrics back, and it was on a small stage. But it's so cool to see promises that were made like 2 or 3 years ago coming to fruition from artists and people I know. It's really fucking cool.
Dude, this year is gonna be fucking crazy huge. Like fucking everybody involved with Goon Management that I know of, which might be more than people know about actually, but everybody involved with it has so many fucking projects coming out, and so many, not even just like music projects. I'm talking about like we got social media fucking aspirations on the fucking go. We got fucking merchandise like a motherfucker coming out, and we're going places people would not expect us to fucking go to this year. So like, just fucking look out, man. Look out.
Stop calling them toques and I'll buy a beanie.
There'll be toques on the fucking website. You buy it and call it whatever the fuck you want to call it, man.
I had to get that off my chest. So after Samhain, which was fucking amazing, we all got to take part of. All three of us got to be involved in something we had never done before, an actual Fright Fest in fucking Detroit.
Yeah, that was fucking nuts. Yeah.
I've done it before, just not with everybody.
Exactly. That's why I was fucking saying now, motherfucker. I wasn't talking about the time before.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Before didn't matter. You was by yourself the time before.
Yeah.
Was it fun?
No, I was upset because I didn't get to take my camera in.
It doesn't matter how you were.
See, I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say that. But see, it wasn't fun because you wasn't there with everybody.
It's true.
I feel bad for people who go to shows by themselves and don't interact with any fucking body. You see it happen, and it's like, why the fuck are you here then?
Well, I get what you want to see, like you're like the artist that you love, and like we go to shows a lot, and it's hard to remember. There's people that go to like one show in their life, or like they don't. To them, like I need this. I want to see this person. I'm not going to get this opportunity again, and I get that you want to see it, but man, bring some friends. It's way better. Because
it's lame as fuck just standing there in the middle of a sea of people you don't know, and you're not trying to talk to.
You gotta create a memory. You know what I mean? That's how you embed shit in your head. Is you have to make it endearing to you or whatever.
The two memories I have the most from Fright Fest was finally for the first time ever seeing fucking House of Crazies on stage assembled in one place. And you can't actually buy weed in Detroit without a med card. You have to go to the fucking suburbs, which makes no sense to me. If I'm in Metro Detroit, I have to have a card. But if I drive 5 fucking minutes down the road to River Rouge, everything's good.
So my favorite thing about shows is you just go outside and people get you high, though, man.
That's true. But I think honestly, my thoughts. Go ahead.
I have one more thing I have to mention. Some weird bitch put her head on me and was like, "You're comfortable," and I ran away. It was not a fun situation. Like Dean was standing in front of me, and I said out loud, "Hey Dean, have you seen my old lady Casey?" With this bitch fucking all up on me. Hoes, if you see me at a show, I am taken. Do not fucking touch me.
Yeah.
Keep your hands to yourself.
And if you're just comfortable putting your head on a motherfucker like that, don't touch me either, okay?
Too much sharing going on. But no, what I was going to say is, as far as like the not being able to buy in like the city, this could be 100% not factual conspiracy theory, but like I just feel like it's partially to keep the peace of the streets. Like they're just like, you can't do that in the city because like these people will lose their shit if we try to do that. So that's my conspiracy theory take on why you can't buy weed in Detroit, because the gangsters got that shit on lock still.
It makes sense.
Explain to me that fucking there was some sort of vote, right? There was like a vote to like whether they wanted to or not, and they didn't. And as a tourist, I'm like, this is fucking bullshit, man.
Okay, so actually that kind of gives credence to what I was saying, because who's gonna vote? The people that live there, and the ones that are selling it on the streets are saying, hell no, not my. This is my area.
But yeah, man, that's crazy.
Walter White.
You actually got to be on fucking stage at Fright Fest. Like, that's another check in the book, bro. You got Astro, you got Camp Zool, you got Fright Fest. Like, this is like building a hell of a fucking resume.
Well, me and Big Dean went up there with Oh the Horror there, and fucking, yeah, man, it was quite the fucking... We showed up to the venue, first of all, and security wasn't like... The outside door dudes weren't like the regular dudes, because usually security's just cool with me going and
yeah, security was on some ho shit for being such a famous venue.
The outside guys were. The inside actual like M&E security people were fucking fine once I got in there, but the guys like doing the outside bits were on some weird shit. So anyways, we finally found who we needed to find. They fucking gave us our fucking credentials, if you will. We got into the building, and after that, it was just on. Went and fucking. It was crazy, man. Because like first of all, just getting to chill with you guys was dope. Like, because I kept going back to the crowd area too, but I was going. So we immediately pretty much like find out that we're going on like right fucking way, right? And
did you know that was happening? Like, did Hell House give you any heads up or like?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, of course. We had to fucking like fucking rehearse our shit and stuff like that. It was kind of crazy having to fucking. I'm rehearsing my set every day for you know the other fucking tour dates throughout like Florida, Toronto, and all that shit. And I'm also rehearsing this one song that I got to remember for fucking Fright Fest, right? Plus making music with Fritz at the same fucking time, so it's pretty crazy. But yeah, so we were practicing it, but we were still fucking nervous, man. This is fucking. I won't lie, we were nervous. We killed it. It was a fucking hell of a night. Huge win. We got into fucking like a few magazines our photos were in and shit like this, like printed like fucking press print for the fucking Detroit area and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? What is life? You know what I mean? And they didn't even have any openers, so it was extra fucking dope that me and Dean got up there like as guests of fucking Oh the Horror was fucking dope. But we went up there. And like beforehand, we're like me and Dean are just like Dean's amping me up, you know what I mean? We're fucking getting there. We're becoming the pig god, you know what I mean? We're rocking our shit. We go up there and we do this shit, right? And we get to the fucking back afterwards, right? And it's like Dean's like, oh, how'd we do? How'd we do? And I was like, man, I don't know. Let's gauge it by how it goes with the fucking crowd afterwards, right? And we walked out and everybody's fucking dapping us up and fucking giving us hugs and fucking. Like, man, it was such a fucking... It was crazy because, like, it's fucking Devil's Night. My first Fright Fest I ever been to, and I get to go up on fucking stage with my fucking... My fucking family that I fucking chose, you know what I mean? I got all my fucking friends in the crowd, and fucking... Like, it was a legendary fucking night, man. To see, like, all the fucking different fucking boys and all the people that I'm cool with, and, like... Just to, like I don't know, man. Like rocking St. Andrew's Hall, and there was 2 fucking stages. Like that blew my mind too, because we went and performed, and then like I think I was downstairs with Fritz during ROC set, and I look over at the fucking stage in the downstairs, and they're projecting ROC onto the screen, and I looked at Fritz and I was like, is that another stage? Did I just rock a show for 2 stages worth of people, like 2 floors worth of people? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, holy fuck, man.
Like I got to give you credit, bro. That's a hell of a win. That is definitely like to have that kind of fall in your lap from just being cool with people. It all goes back to rule number 1. Don't be a dick.
Yeah. Well, know your worth and don't be a dick. That's definitely the fucking rules for sure. Shout out to fucking Hell House for fucking he fucking really got on me and Dean to fucking do that, and he made that all possible. So shout out to him. Those dudes just put out a record too, actually. The Super Devil made me do it, so y'all can go check that out for sure. And
on all streaming services.
Yeah, and the song that me and Dean did is supposedly going to be on their next record too. So whenever that drops, that's when you'll actually get that record in its fucking full, you know, consumption ability. That's not a word, but let's go with it.
Yeah, well, is presumably, or whatever you said, so, or supposedly.
So The best part of the whole weekend, although I'm gonna add this, is when we all had our little campsite fire in the middle of fucking. How far were we from 8 Mile?
Not like a block.
Yes, we were blocked from fucking 8 Mile in the middle of a backyard with a campfire. It was me, my better half, my Yeti brother. We had Dean. We had who all the fuck else was there besides Hell House and
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Great.
You can.
Scotty motherfucking V was there.
Oh,
Lady
that man
was
mountain.
there. The motherfucking Jared fucking Savage was there. Yeah, man, it was just kind of like holding council and shit. We'll do a proper party like one of these times.
No, but it was cool though. I really dug it. We all just kind of like just sat around, it kind of in the cold. It wasn't super warm. It wasn't super cold. We all just kind of like sat around passing blunt.
And it was misty.
Yeah, there was some rain. Fritz mocked me a few times for it. He's like, "This is a great fucking party." Fritz woke up the next morning, and my drunk ass like even cleaned up everything afterwards, and he was so disappointed. He was just like, "Man, I wanted there to be like tire fucking treads in the fucking back of the house, and like maybe some like gunshots went off or something." He's like, "No, I wake up and like."
Tell him if he wants the drama, we'll bring it next year.
Yeah. We'll see if I'm invited back by then.
The fact that he still wants to talk to you says everything. But so the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, and this is one of your newest endeavors, the Undergroundaholics page. It's nice to see what something was supposed to be being what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the only thing that needs to be spoke of. What I just said, but all the positive for this group, man. And I'm looking forward to. I know you've made me a mod or an admin or one of those fucking things, and I'm going to start becoming more active very soon, especially when we drop this.
The whole idea of it is just like a place for everybody in the underground to be able to drop like their art, their passions and shit like that. I mean, it is moderated to a point to where just like we're trying to keep the fucking snakes and the fakes out, and like the absolute garbage will probably just at least let you know that you're garbage. You know what I mean? We're not going to be that fake supportive system where it's like, no, you're amazing. We're going to be like, dude, you need to go.
No. Public service announcement. Tell your homies they suck if they suck. You're doing them more of a disservice by big upping them.
And here's what to tack onto that though. If your homie tells you suck, it doesn't mean you have to quit.
Yeah.
What it means,
you can get better.
Practice. You need to hone your craft, work on it. And some people don't want to hear that they're not perfect and they need that work. So understand you probably maybe you do need that work.
Just to be completely clear, just because there's some people who are really dense out there, like telling your friend that they suck doesn't mean telling them that they suck. It means like criticism, but with honesty. Just be yourself. Be like, that kind of was bullshit, dude. Maybe you should re-record that again. You were offbeat a bit. You know what I mean? Like, be that friend for your friend. You know what I mean? Don't be a fucking kiss ass yes man. But
you'll be doing them a bigger favor by being honest.
Yeah, that's the thing. People don't want to be honest with people because they don't want to hurt your feelings. But that's where growth comes from.
Absolutely.
Getting hurt and understand, oh, maybe I'm not perfect. I need to work on that. So
there's some shit that I made when I was like 14, 15 years old, and I'm guaranteeing if you put it next to the shit that I have now, it's going to sound like fucking trash. But everybody starts somewhere. And guess what? I had friends that were assholes, and thank God I did. In fact, I have, like, Fritz is like my fucking engineer / producer / fucking
rap dad.
Yeah. but you'll be in the booth with him, and there's sometimes where you get something on the first take, and there's sometimes where the motherfucker will piss you off just so you have the right tone with the take. You know what I mean? Like it's a process. And like,
but yeah, so the Undergroundaholics though. So it's working though. Like you're seeing the progress. I keep seeing posts about new people joining every day. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Aaron Salen. We love that ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, Aaron, you're fired.
He stays fired. He stays fired.
Yeah, that's the fucking the constant joke is that Aaron's just perpetually fired and hired. Yeah, dude. So what it is, just to explain the whole thing in a nutshell to everybody, is it's a group that just supports the underground. We're posting everybody else's stuff on it, but what it is it's we have a Discord, we have a Facebook group, we have an Instagram, and now we've just started up a YouTube as well. And the YouTube page is a live that's going to cover all the news in the underground almost every week, I do believe. But also we're going to be adding other videos for it as well. Like we might be doing getting people to do video reviews and all this different stuff. But it's not going to just be Noize. Like I'm the one who's kind of heading. Me and Aaron kind of are heading the whole thing up. But we want everybody in the underground to be able to come onto the platform and have a chance to show their shit, right? So, yeah, it's like a hub
and
that
you
brings
don't have to buy anything.
No, and that's the other thing too. Is if you ever did see, and I don't think you will, but if you ever did see, for any reason, money going into this thing, it would be directly going into for funding a fucking event or something that you would see directly, and everything would be like everybody can see where it's going. Transparency, yes, absolutely. So like as of right now, we're not doing any like mixtapes or ciphers or shows, but we might do that in the future. I have enough connections, and everybody involved has enough connections that might be something we're able to do. But it would be to showcase the fucking underground, and everything would be like transparent. So like we could leave those options open for later, but as of right now, I'm not too worried about that shit. You know.
That's the way to be, because we're not fucking ATMs.
No, and like. From motherfuckers who are like involved, like all the artists that are involved, it's like we're fucking bleeding for this shit. We're almost dying for this shit. We're not trying to just fucking scam people's money out of their fucking wallets, or we're not trying to like we're not trying to like complicate anybody's lives. We don't want to bring drama into this shit. 100% transparency. Everybody's got a shot of showing their shit, but just expect honesty back about it, you know. So it's a group that like we're trying to only fucking like with me doing the YouTube show. I won't be on there every week as a host. Some other weeks we're going to get Luke the Goon to fucking host it, or we'll get Dean to pop in on some of them, or whoever, you know? Like, I want to make it a fucking equal opportunity, fucking social media, fucking, you know, like share everybody's shit equally. Yeah, absolutely. And like, it's as easy as sending your shit to one of the pages, and we'll post it up there and letting the people decide if it's dope or not, you know. So there you go.
Well, you'll see more of us over there real soon, with us making our illustrious return.
Yeah, and if you guys are down, we'd love to get you guys to guest host some episodes. Actually, that'd be dope as fuck.
Yeah, that's something we can talk about.
I have no idea why you would want that, but we'd be down.
Yeah. So, but anyway, here with us getting close to the end time here, I do want to sort of make sure that we've touched on everything we want to touch on here today. We talked about your trip down here to America, some of the stuff that's going happened during that time, some of the stuff we got coming up. But we've been gone for a long time. So before we get out of here, Fats, I know there was some stuff you wanted to bring up. What do you got? Okay,
so I want to talk about this unbelievable saga that has been the rise, fall, and rise again of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So if you're a wrestling fan, you knew that a couple months ago there was some nasty allegations that were being leaked about hush money and inappropriate sexual behavior, and it was all legitimate. There was nothing that could be denied. It all came to light. This man is a dirty, lecherous pervert. We've all known that, but It got showed that he had used company money, not his own money, to pay off some women who he had sexual relationships with, and then didn't want them to talk about. So because of this, he was removed from power of his corporation, of Titan Industries, which is the parent company of World Wrestling Entertainment. And now here's where it gets real juicy. So a slick Hollywood executive named Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon and her husband Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, were put in charge of all day-to-day WWE activities. And we thought that we had finally reached what we would be known as the golden age, when that old fucker had finally been removed from power and his ideas of what is and isn't professional wrestling would be ignored finally. And we thought we'd reached a turning point and things were going to get better, and it looked like they were. But just like Emperor Palpatine, you can't keep a good fucking villain down. Somehow, some way, through a back-end deal in allowing him to sell the company because he has controlling interest, he was allowed to once again take full control of his company again. His daughter has left her position. It's you can't storyline this. This isn't even on their fucking television program. This is just what's actually happening in real life. So the first news we heard of a buyer was a Saudi business group. I won't say the name because I genuinely don't fucking know it. But they would be representing the Crown Prince and all that shit in Saudi Arabia. You know, all that blood money that funds the Crown Jewels events and all that shit that everyone hates. And I made a stand that if they were going to be bought by this company, then I wasn't going to support them anymore. And there are a bunch of wrestlers who were talking about leaving as well. And so that's been proven that was just a interest. No deal had been struck. There's more and more floating around. Who could buy them? Disney, it might be. Fox might buy them. But the last news, and this is the only thing I want to touch on before we finish this, the last news is that Tony Khan and the rival company, AEW, is possibly interested in buying the controlling interests of World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't know what fucking dimension I'm living in, but this has been a thing, to say the least.
So there we have our wrestling minutes with Fats. The only thing I want to add in here real quick before we do get out of here is if you're a nerd and you love your fandom, don't let corporations take over and destroy it.
Don't let them fucking monetize it.
Yeah, currently, some of you that follow Magic may know that Wizards of the Coast / Papa Hasbro is absolutely running that into the ground, trying to milk us for every last penny, a la, never mind, I'm gonna skip that. That's a bad joke. But yeah, they're doing that, and then it looks like they're coming for D&D, so if you love that and you don't want your childhood destroyed, I don't know if you can do anything about it, but just...
Don't buy the new shit. This is the easiest thing. I want people to understand this. If you don't like what a corporation is doing, if you don't like what a fucking politician is doing, don't vote them back in. Don't support their fucking funds. Stop buying it. If you really want to make a difference, take your money away, because that's the only way you can help in any form.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it is your passion. They can't take it away from you. Enjoy it, and I've
been playing the same Dungeons and Dragons from fucking three editions ago.
Yeah, well, I think that's part of the problem. They want more of your money, so unfortunately, we don't have any more. So I guess we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Wait!
Whoa!
Noize Town, man, let me get my fucking shit in.
He's like, no, let him
You've
plug
been
his
talking
shit
for about fucking an hour about everything, Noize. Say your piece.
Noizetown.com. We got fucking jerseys up for sale for all this month. We got t-shirts up for sale. Noizetown.com.
They're pretty fresh ass jerseys. They really are. If I wasn't broke, I'd buy one.
Yeah, go get yourself one. And yeah, there's shirts up there too. We got toques dropping soon, as well as like we got more jerseys dropping with limited edition fucking designs on.
You got a stupid ass name for those too?
I bet they do.
Oh, fuck you, man. Let me fucking intro, fucking outro bullshit in. Noizedown.com. Go check our shit out. Also, hit up legionrealm.net. Check out the homie Son. Also, go check out armyoftheheartless.com and check out the homie Big Dean. And Luke the Goon's got a website, but it just brings you to his YouTube content. So fuck him and his coke problem that he has.
That's your fucking manager.
Yeah.
Well,
You respect him, or he'll fire
All right.
you.
Before we were so rudely interrupted, catch us on the next time. Pixar didn't happen. Peace.
Peace.
Moose, motherfuckers.
All right.
All right.